Hi everyone, welcome back another video of electronic device. We are continuing photodiode. In the last session I have explained about the theory of photodiode. Now just see the mathematical things of the same thing, same theory. How can we explain using the mathematical formula? And in the previous class I've explained you the diffusion length, and the tau diffusion length is like LP, diffusion length of hole, and diffusion length of electron, and the carrier lifetime for holes and electron. Okay, this term is required for in this session. Okay, so here if the junction is uniformly illuminated by the photon with the energy h nu greater than the energy gap, electron hole pair is generated with the generation rate GOP. So electron hole, the rate at which the electron hole pair generated represented by the term GOP. Okay, so what it says, the entire junction, the entire PN junction is illuminated by a uniform light. That means the equal number of photons are falling throughout the device, and electron hole will generate. Electron hole will generate in the depletion region. Electron hole may generate in the neutral region, right? Neutral region of P side. This is the neutral region of P side and neutral region of N side. Okay, so we need to consider all the things. If electron hole pair generated in the transition region, immediately it will move, the electron will move towards N region and hole will move towards the P region. But if the electron hole pair is created slightly far away from the depletion region in the N side, what will happen? That hole, minority charge carrier, will slightly move towards the transition region because of the externally applied the reverse bias condition, or whatever the polarity is applied externally depends on that. That the minority carrier will minority charge carriers will move very small distance, and it recombine with the electron and settle down. That length of the path is known as diffusion length of hole, and similar thing will happen for electron in P side also. The electron hole pair, the hole is generated and it is traveled small distance and recombined. The time span of the hole is represented by tau P. Okay, similar way tau E for electron in P side. Okay, then the number of hole created per second within diffusion length of N side is given by the equation A, area of cross section, LP is diffusion length, and GOP, generation rate of hole pair. Similar way, the number of electron created per second within diffusion length of the P side is the area of cross section and diffusion length of electron and generation rate. Okay, similar way, the charge carrier will generate per second within the transition region is the area of cross section and length of the transition region represented by the term W and generation rate. Okay, add all these three and multiplied by the energy of the charge carriers Q, will be getting the current because of the light fall. So that is known as IOP, that is equal to Q charge, A area of cross section, G generation rate into LP plus Ln plus W. This is actually diffusion length of hole, diffusion length of electron, and the width of transition region. This is what the equation for the current in semiconductor because of the light. Okay, and the current through the diode is given by diode equation, and the direction of direction is P to N. And normally the diode will be in forward bias or reverse bias or whatever it is. That current through the junction is given by the diode equation. We learned this equation before. I is equal to ITH, saturation current, into e to the power QV by KT minus 1. Okay. So this is a current because of external source, and IOP is the current because of light falling on the PN junction. So the total current is basically algebraic sum of those two current. But here what is the problem here? This I is a normal diode current. The direction of normal diode current is P to N. The direction of IOP, this IOP is nothing but, before we have taken IL, na? That is same thing. IL is nothing but IOP, both are same. IOP or IL in the direction of N to P. So it's opposite direction. So total current is equal to diode current minus IOP. Okay. Then we are going to substitute the equation for this equation, reverse saturation current, and we know the reverse saturation current in terms of diffusion constant and minority charge concentration, diffusion constant and minority charge carrier concentration. I can write this entire term is actually ITH. So QA into dP by LP into Pn plus dN by Ln into Np. This is a concentration of charge carriers. Okay, this is diffusion constant and this is diffusion length. ITH into e to the power QV by KT minus 1, and this is my IL or IOH. IL, okay, or we call it as IOP. This is ITH, or I can call it as I saturation. Okay. Then there is a relation dP into tau P is equal to L square P. We know tau P is a minority carrier lifetime, minority carriers, lifetime of holes, basically lifetime of holes, lifespan of hole from the generation till the recombination. So if I substitute this expression here, I will get this. Let's see how do we get this expression. A small substitution you do. You take only this term. We take only this term. I will take basically only this expression. Okay. So dP by LP into Pn. So I am multiplying denominator and numerator with LP. Okay. So here I get LP square. So LP square is already given this expression dP into tau. This is implies dP into LP divided by dP into tau P. So I can cancel these two. So this entire term become LP divided by tau P into Pn. So this entire term I can substitute with this substitute here. The similar way you proceed, you will be getting dN by Ln into Np is equal to this. So for that, here dN and tau n is equal to Ln square. This equation you need to substitute here, then you will be getting the same quantity here. So total I is equal to QA into LP divided by tau P into Pn plus Ln divided by tau n into Np multiplied by e to the power QVB by KT minus 1 minus, so this entire term is actually my reverse saturation current or ITH, and this is actually my optical current IOP, or I can call IL. Okay, so this is the total current expression in the PN junction at any point of time. Okay, at any point of time means, yes, any point of time. What is any point? We learned 3 different configuration. One is forward bias, another is at a short circuit. So here we have to take not 3, 4 condition. One is PN junction is reverse bias. Second, PN junction is forward bias. Third condition, PN junction without external source but short. Okay, 4, junction without external source but open, short circuit, open circuit. Okay, so we need to analyze this expression in 4 condition. Okay, we'll take first one. PN junction is reverse bias. We already seen this theories and everything we have completed. PN junction is reverse bias. When PN junction is reverse bias, we know that there is no diode current. What is diode current? This is actually I saturated, right? I saturated into e to the power V by Vt, Vd by V by Vt, Vt is equal to Kt by Q, so V by Vt minus 1. So I saturation into e to the power V by Vt. So if I expand this term, I'll get I saturation e to the power V by Vt minus I saturation, right? This is the current because of the forward bias. So since we are explaining the reverse bias, okay, V is equal to VR. This V is equal to basically VR. This V is equal to VR. Okay, this term will be 0 because there is no forward current, because we have configured the PN junction and reverse bias, we get only minus saturation current. So when our PN junction, my photodiode is in reverse bias, so total current is equal to minus I sat minus IOP. Okay, so this term will not be there. This current into this exponential term will not be there, but this current into this one will be there because we have applied reverse biasing. Minus this current will be there. Anyway, for light is falling on the device, definitely there is additional current. That is what in reverse biasing. And what is the current because of the forward bias? So definitely in forward bias and reverse saturation, small current will be there. Okay, so this entire term will be there. Entire term is known as ID, diode current, minus IOP will be there. Okay, and next, PN junction without external source but short circuit. What does it mean? First case, a PN junction is forward bias, right? Forward bias by P, that is the first case. Second case, PN junction is reverse bias, that means negative, positive. Okay, positive connect negative. So that is the expression. Okay, this diagram for first case, this diagram for second case, this equation for first case, this equation for second case. Okay, what is the third case? Third case is diode without source but short circuit. Now there is no source connected. There is no source connected. That means there will not be any reverse current, there will not be any forward current. Okay, but photon is falling on that. So this entire term will not be there in the third case, because no forward bias should be there for reverse saturation current, and reverse biasing should be there for reverse saturation current, and forward current ID, if there is an ID, it should be reverse forward bias, right? So that is not there. So this entire term will be 0. So the total current is only because of the IOP, that means minus IOP. Okay, and fourth case, the diode with the open circuit, no external source, with open circuit. If that is the case, okay, if that is the case, there is no current only. There is no forward current, that is I is equal to 0. This term itself is equal to 0. This term itself is equal to 0. What does it mean? I can equate these two. So this is actually open circuit voltage. Here I can say closed circuit current. Okay, open circuit voltage and closed circuit current. This is actually closed circuit current. So that is the third case, and fourth case is important for us. So what is third case? When device is short circuited, okay, no external source. So the total current is this. It's already explained here, na? Total current is this. I is equal to minus IOP. That IOP substituted with this large equation. I mean this big equation. And next one, when there is an open circuit across the device. So I is equal to 0, then V is actually open circuit voltage. There is no voltage at all. So we mentioned open circuit voltage. That means current is equal to 0, so that I can equate these two, I can bring one term into left side of the equation. So I can have a ratio of IOP by ITH. So I can find out what is open circuit voltage, VOC. I can find out. How do we find out? Okay, exponential, this is exponential term. If I want to find out a Q, VOC by KT is equal to natural log IOP divided by ITH plus 1, right? So from here I can write a VOC is equal to KT by Q natural log IOP divided by ITH plus 1. That is what the expression I got here. So output, open circuit voltage is equal to KT by Q natural log IOP by ITH plus 1. So we know the expression for IOP, we know the expression for ITH. I can substitute over here. Okay, so in this substitution I'll be doing a mathematical simplification. So I'm taking only this denominator LP by tau P into Pn plus ln by tau n by np. So for simplification, what I take, tau P is equal to tau n and Pn is equal to np. So LP is equal to tau n np plus ln into np by tau n. I can take np by tau n outside, so I'll be getting LP by ln here. Okay, so that substitution I do. So mathematical simplification for symmetrical junction I'll take like this. So this np by Tn I substitute with the term GTH. Okay, optical thermal generation rate. This is on a thermal generation rate. GT is equal to np by tau n, and depletion width is very small. You can neglect this term, And if I bring this term here, what will happen? This LP and Ln will cancel each other, and this expression will become finally almost equal to kT by Q natural log GOP divided by GTH for GOP is greater than GTH. If GOP is far greater than GTH, I can neglect this one. This value is greater than 1, not just greater than 1, it's a far value. GOP is far greater than GTH. So this will compared to 1, this will be this GOP divided by GTH will be a large value. So I can neglect this one, and we neglect this W also because it's a very small area, right? And no source are connected. Okay, no source connected also. Okay, so then that is open circuit voltage, maximum open circuit voltage, we get this way. So mathematically we have explained IL, mathematically we have explained I saturation, mathematically we have explained diode current, everything we have explained. Okay, so please do remember these expressions. Actually these expressions are there in the textbook. The derivation of this expression is there in the textbook. If anyone is interested, those who can go through that, but not recommended by the syllabus. So we are not doing that. These 4 situations, 3 situations we already explained previously, the energy band diagram, etc. and etc. But this is one extra thing we need to remember. Open circuit. Okay. Yes. Thank you guys.